All right, man. Let's talk about the fight last night. If you missed the live review reaction, I'll do an overview of the fight last night. So, obviously, we know Oleksandr Usyk won and unanimous decision. I mean, you could have made a case for Anthony Joshua. All right, there was a huge case to be made, but most people feel like he let the fight slip through his paws. Didn't do enough down the stretch of the fight or in the fight. He had, good moments when he threw a good body shot. He didn't follow up. He had moments where the jab was giving Usyk problems. He took away Usyk check hook where he threw a hook and he turned him. He took away a lot of what Usyk was doing, and Usyk was able to, be quite less effective than he was the first time with his attack. And Anthony Joshua throwing to the body really slowed Usyk down later on, and Usyk had to dig deep. The only issue was Anthony Joshua didn't trust his tank. He said it coming into this fight that he don't know how good his stamina is. How do like Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence, and them guys fight for 12 rounds? And you need to go see what Tyson Fury be doing. You know, and his answer to not knowing how good his stamina was, it was simply pacing itself. When he had his Usyk with good body shots, he didn't want to follow up. He didn't want to follow up. He would throw some real his explosiveness and his thump gave Usyk all types of problems. I'm putting this toy on. So the body shot was slowing Usyk. He slowed Usyk down, and it's to the point where he did. Sorry about that. It's to the point where he hit him in the body a couple times. And AJ took punishment, and it's true. Somebody came and said AJ hurt Usyk way more. He did, and to me, he dropped him in that one round. He did. He dropped him in one of them rounds, but it looked like to me, I didn't really see the replay. So and just continue to look. It was like, Usyk left hand, he still was hitting him at will. But it was a little bit more difficult this time. But Anthony Joshua hit him with a good body shot and then stop and admire his work. And I didn't understand that. What are you looking for? What are you looking at? Come on, what are you looking at? That's the $1 million question. And they was telling him the jab, he should have just kept the jab going and followed up the body work. But apparently he didn't trust his conditioning. And he made it tough for Usyk. This was a tough, close, competitive fight. He made it tough on Usyk. Usyk had to work for air. Usyk had to dig deep. And one of the biggest keys to beating Usyk was body work. And the body work took away like 50% of his movement. And Anthony Joshua was just trying to react to everything Usyk doing. And that was fine in the beginning, but something at one point he needed to take the lead. He needed to take the lead. He never tried to establish the lead. And when he did know that the ninth round, he let him off the hook. And he threw a lot of punches in that round. It wasn't like the most punches I've seen thrown trying to close somebody out. It seemed like he was pacing himself in, but he was tired. And then probably a lot of that got to do with him coming in over 4.5 pounds heavier. He should have been coming in about 10 pounds lighter. That's what he should have been doing. He should have been, he should have been coming in lighter. But then again, credit to Usyk. Usyk touched the body a little bit too yesterday, and Usyk dug down deep. He dug down deep. Ooh, putting his punches together, painting AJ, and that down the stretch in the championship rounds 10, 11, 12. Usually you lose those rounds in the fight. It's going to be closer. You're going to win. In the last couple rounds, he started tagging Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua didn't have an answer after the ninth, to be honest. He didn't have an answer. He was tagging them with arm punches, dude. Usyk was in there on fumes, fighting through fatigue. He was fatigued from like the seventh on back. And it just wasn't nothing he can do about it. He was at his mercy. The movement, the hand speed. I mean, the movement is what really killed him. But you know, but ultimately he came in too heavy, still had too much muscle on him. He had the perfect game plan. Angel Fernandez, and Robert Garcia made all the difference in the world. He stopped throwing the jab, and he never followed up his body work until late in the fight. Come on. He was just happy that he was, even in his mind, he was happy he could be able to go 12. He was just happy to go 12. That's what it was. So I mean, but ultimately, dude, Usyk was just a better conditioned fighter, and he was able to carry out the game plan. And Anthony Joshua, when the conditioning started kicking in, Anthony Joshua, reverted back to the first fight. The jab was giving him all types of problems. And then there was points in this fight where you can see the tide. You can see the tide turning. One of the tides that was turning was, he started headhunting more. And then when he started missing, that's probably when he started really getting tired and really getting frustrated. He started headhunting way too much. When I seen him start hunting the head and stop going to the body, I knew he was gonna be in trouble. I knew he was gonna be in trouble. I knew it. I knew he was gonna be in trouble. Then when he stopped, when he started head chasing, the jab fell off. It fell completely off. Right? But then he started trying to go to the head and all that stuff. Make sure this kid kept jabbing, going to the body, slowed him down, But ultimately, dude, he had the perfect game plan, but he didn't, he still had too much muscle on him. He still didn't trust his conditioning. He said it before the fight. And ultimately, that's why he lost the fight. He had the right game plan. He just didn't have enough. He didn't have enough. He did it in too much moderation. You can tell. You can tell he did it in moderation. So no, but ultimately, dude, there's no doubt about Usyk being a Hall of Famer. If it was any doubt before this fight, he doubled back. He beat him twice. Um, so obviously he's not obligated to fight him again. Could they cross paths again? Yeah, Usyk become undisputed. But for Usyk, the money gonna have to be right. But Anthony Joshua, he can beat him. It's possible, but he just let too much shit slip through his hands. He let that fight fall right at his wayside. He really did. He let that fight slip right through his little paws. But ultimately he don't have nobody else to blame but Anthony Joshua. That's it. Robert Garcia put him in a great position. And you're not gonna change a fighter. You're not gonna change a fighter with one training camp. It's got to be repetitious. You gotta be repetitious. So it's gonna take multiple camps. So hopefully they stick together and you know they build a better rapport. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. We go live and drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, many more podcast platforms. And you can find me on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Cash App is $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. On both row on the bottom screen and the link tree in the description. PayPal link in the description and inside the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.